Chapter 120. This psalm rebukes slanderers, describing how the deadly effect of slander reaches even further than weapons. Chapter 121. This psalm alludes to the lower paradise, from which one ascends to the higher paradise. It also speaks of how God watches over us. Chapter 122. The psalmist sings the praises of Jerusalem and tells of the miracles that happened there. Chapter 123. The psalmist laments the length of time we have already suffered in exile. Chapter 126. The psalmist speaks of the future, comparing our divine service in exile to one who sows arid land, then cries and begs God to send rain upon it so that the seed not be wasted. When he merits to reap the crop, he offers thanks to God. Chapter 127. King David instructs his generation, and especially his son Solomon, to be sure that all one's actions be for the sake of heaven. He also criticizes those who toil day and night in pursuit of a livelihood. Chapter 128. This psalm extols one who enjoys the fruits of his own labor, avoiding theft and deception, even refusing gifts. It also describes behavior appropriate to the God-fearing. Chapter 129. The psalmist laments the troubles of Israel. Chapter 130. The psalmist prays for an end to this long exile. Chapter 131. In this prayer, David declares that never in the course of his life was he haughty, nor did he pursue greatness or worldly pleasures. Chapter 132. David composed this psalm while he and the elders of Israel wore sackcloth, in mourning over the plague that had descended upon the land, and their being distant from the holy temple. David therefore offers intense prayers, entreating God to remember the hardship and sacrifice he endured for the sake of the temple. Chapter 134. The psalmist exhorts the scholarly and pious to rise from their beds at night, and go to the house of God.
A Song of Ascents. I have called out to the Lord in my distress, and he answered me. O Lord, rescue my soul from the lips of falsehood, from a deceitful tongue. What can he give you, and what further restraint can he add to you, O deceitful tongue? You resemble the sharp arrows of a mighty one, and the coals of broomwood. Woe unto me that I sojourned among Meshech, that I dwelt beside the tents of Kedar. Too long has my soul dwelt among those who hate peace. I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. A Song of Ascents. I lift my eyes to the mountains, from where will my help come? My help will come from the Lord, maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot falter, your guardian does not slumber. Indeed, the guardian of Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. The Lord is your guardian. The Lord is your protective shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will guard you from all evil, he will guard your soul. The Lord will guard your going and your coming from now and for all time. A Song of Ascents by David. I rejoiced when they said to me, let us go to the house of the Lord. Our feet were standing within your gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem that is built like a city in which all Israel is united together. For there the tribes went up, the tribes of God as enjoined upon Israel to offer praise to the name of the Lord. For there stood the seats of justice, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem, may those who love you have peace. May there be peace within your walls, serenity within your mansions. For the sake of my brethren and friends, I ask that there be peace within you. For the sake of the house of the Lord our God, I seek your well-being. A Song of Ascents. To you have I lifted my eyes, you who are enthroned in heaven. Indeed, as the eyes of servants are turned to the hand of their masters, as the eyes of a maid to the hand of her mistress, so are our eyes turned to the Lord our God, until he will be gracious to us. Be gracious to us, Lord, be gracious to us, for we have been surfeited with humiliation. Our soul has been overfilled with the derision of the complacent, with the scorn of the arrogant. A Song of Ascents by David. Were it not for the Lord who was with us, let Israel declare. Were it not for the Lord who was with us when men rose up against us, then they would have swallowed us alive in their burning rage against us. Then the waters would have inundated us, the torrent would have swept over our soul. Then the raging waters would have surged over our soul. Blessed is the Lord, who did not permit us to be prey for their teeth. Our soul is like a bird which has escaped from the fowler's snare. The snare broke and we escaped. Our help is in the name of the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. A song of ascents. Those who trust in the Lord are as Mount Zion, which never falters, but abides forever. Mountains surround Jerusalem, and the Lord surrounds his people from this time and forever. For the rod of wickedness will never come to rest upon the lot of the righteous, therefore the righteous need not stretch their hand to iniquity. Be beneficent, O Lord, to the good and to those who are upright in their hearts. But as for those that turn to their perverseness, may the Lord lead them with the workers of iniquity. Peace be upon Israel. A song of ascents. When the Lord will return the exiles of Zion, we will have been like dreamers. Then our mouth will be filled with laughter, and our tongue with songs of joy. Then will they say among the nations, the Lord has done great things for these. The Lord has done great things for us, we were joyful. Lord, return our exiles as streams to arid soil. Those who sow in tears will reap with songs of joy. He goes along weeping, carrying the bag of seed. He will surely return with songs of joy, carrying his sheaves. A song of ascents for Solomon. If the Lord does not build a house, then its builders labor upon it in vain. If the Lord will not guard a city, the vigilance of its watchmen is in vain. It is in vain for you, you who rise early, who sit up late, and who eat the bread of tension, for in fact he gives his loved ones sleep. Behold, the heritage of the Lord is children, the fruit of the womb is a reward. As arrows in the hand of a mighty man, so are the children of youth. Fortunate is the man who has his quiver full of them. They will not find themselves shamed when they speak with enemies in public places. A song of ascents. Fortunate is every man who fears the Lord, who walks in his ways. When you eat of the labor of your hands, you will be happy, and you will have goodness. Your wife will be like a fruitful vine in the inner chambers of your house. Your children will be like olive saplings around your table. Behold, so will be blessed the man who fears the Lord. May the Lord bless you out of Zion, and may you see the goodness of Jerusalem all the days of your life. And may you see children born to your children, peace upon Israel. A song of ascents. Much have they persecuted me from my youth on. Let Israel declare it now. Much have they persecuted me from my youth on, but they have not prevailed against me. The plowmen plowed upon my back, they wished to make their furrow long. But the Lord is just, he cut the cords of the lawless. They will be humiliated and will be turned back, all the haters of Zion. They will be as grass upon the rooftops that withers before one plucks it. Wherewith the reaper has never filled his hand, nor the sheaf binder his arm. And of which the passers-by never have said, the blessing of the Lord be upon you, we bless you in the name of the Lord. A song of ascents. Out of the depths I call to you, O Lord. My Lord, hearken to my voice, let your ears be attentive to the sound of my pleas. God, if you were to preserve iniquities, my Lord, who could survive? But forgiveness is with you, that you may be held in awe. I hope in the Lord, my soul hopes, and I long for his word. My soul yearns for the Lord more than those awaiting the morning wait for the morning. Israel, put your hope in the Lord, for with the Lord there is kindness, with him there is abounding deliverance. And he will redeem Israel from all its iniquities. A song of ascents, by David. O Lord, my heart was not proud, nor were my eyes haughty. I did not seek matters that were too great and too wondrous for me. Surely I put my soul at peace and soothed it like a weaned child with his mother. My soul was like a weaned child. Let Israel hope in the Lord from this time forth and forever. A song of ascents. O Lord, remember unto David all his suffering. How he swore to the Lord, and vowed to the mighty power of Jacob. I will not enter into the tent of my house, I will not go up into the bed that is spread for me. I will not give sleep to my eyes, nor slumber to my eyelids, until I will have found a place for the Lord, a resting place for the mighty power of Jacob. Lo, we heard of it in Ephrath, we found it in the field of the forest. We will come to his resting places, we will prostrate ourselves at his footstool. Ascend, O Lord, to your resting place, you in the ark of your might. May your priests clothe themselves in righteousness, and may your pious ones sing joyous songs. For the sake of David your servant, turn not away the face of your anointed. For the Lord has sworn to David a truth from which he will never retreat, from the fruit of your womb will I set for you upon the throne. If your sons will keep my covenant and this testimony of mine which I will teach them, then their sons, too, will sit on the throne for you until the end of time. For the Lord has chosen Zion, he has desired it for his habitation. This is my resting place to the end of time. Here will I dwell, for I have desired it. I will abundantly bless her sustenance, I will satisfy her needy with bread. I will clothe her priests with salvation, and her pious ones will sing joyous songs. There I will cause David's power to flourish, there I have prepared a lamp for my anointed. His enemies will I clothe with shame, but upon him, his crown will blossom. A Song of Ascents, by David. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is when brothers dwell together. Like the precious oil placed upon the head, flowing in abundance down the beard of Aaron which rests upon his garments. Like the dew of Hermon which comes down upon the mountains of Zion, for there the Lord has commanded blessing, life unto eternity. A Song of Ascents. Behold, bless the Lord, all you servants of the Lord who stand in the house of the Lord in the nights. Lift up your hands in holiness and bless the Lord. May the Lord, who makes heaven and earth, bless you from Zion.